Merstham guaranteed safety today by virtue of a 5-0 win against visiting Sevenoaks Town, and I've been joined by the mastermind behind it all, manager Jamie Decruz. Jamie, thanks for joining us as always. Satisfactory afternoon. What more can you say? 5 goals, a clean sheet, and safety guaranteed.
Yeah, it was a really good day. It was a good day for many reasons, including the big crowd we've got today. So thank you everyone for coming out. 691, I think it was, which is brilliant. A great turnout. So we're really happy, and it was, we saw it as a bit of a show today, and we wanted to make sure that on the pitch we entertained. We want people to come back. So to do it with our biggest victory of the year was almost quite fitting. So really happy. 5-0 clean sheet. Couldn't ask for much more. So.
That kind of performance has been a long time coming, hasn't it? We've kind of stood here and spoken about it before, but the boys were clinical in front of goal today. They didn't give away a lot. And what I was most impressed with, even from the forwards back, everyone put a shift in, closing the ball down. Was that part of the game plan?
Yeah. We wanted to be hard for them to play through us, and then see what we could do in terms of transitions and combining quickly. And I thought we'd done that. That's why we got the first 2-3 goals, and then obviously a few set pieces. But I agree. I think we've created more opportunities and scored less goals. Today we've probably created 5-6 opportunities and scored 5 goals, which is, in terms of being clinical, we've done exactly that. Just got to share that around maybe to some other games where we haven't scored as many. But really happy with obviously the 5 goals. I thought all 5 goals were good goals within their own right. So really pleased.
In terms of your preparation for today's game, was it weighing on your mind the fact that you knew 3 points would guarantee safety, or was it just another game comes along and we take it as it is?
Yeah, we never really thought about that, to be fair, but we looked at our last 8 games. I think it was after the Littlehampton game, and we said, come on, let's push on, let's go and win as many of these as we can. And that's all we've ever done, taking every game one at a time, and that's probably been best for us because the Hive, the Ramsgate, the Sheppey wins, you probably couldn't foresee. We now have 3 games left, and we want to try and win all 3 of those if we can, just to build momentum more than anything. Build momentum, keep everyone happy, stop leaning towards next season, and we're probably now in a position where we could try, moving things around a little bit. It's been quite rigid, so really pleased on the result, and also pleased that for me we can now push on and hopefully try and build momentum towards the last 3 games.
Now, who would your money have been on? Forget what happened to them after the 4th goal went in, but Billy Oram or Dean Gunner, hat-trick hero, who would you put your money on?
Billy Oram. I feel like he was having one of those days today. I felt like everything, Gunners, we know Gunners always got a goal in him, maybe not a Di Canio from a Draghi flick on, but classic. But Bill seemed on it today. Bill seemed on it, and Bill's felt a little bit aggrieved, maybe not getting as much game time in recent games, which is fair. Bill wants to play. I think in the back of my mind, I'm still mindful of managing Billy, but he's also got to work harder, which I spoke to him about today, and he's come up trumps with 2 goals, and I thought his overall performance was really good. So I'm going to go Bill.
Are you going to outlaw cartwheeling? Because Dean ran off and did a little cartwheel. Was that the thing that sparked off the injury? Or
no, he blamed me because I asked him to step in and he kicked the ground. Apparently it's my fault. But it wasn't the cartwheel. I don't know if I've got that in me, a cartwheel. I don't think there's many in the squad. No. Not the over 30s anyway who've got it in, but fair play, he done it. We went hot yoga and he's the most flexible in that, so he's probably got grounds to do it. So, but no, that wasn't the reason why. I don't believe, you never know.
So you're saying hot yoga is the way if you want your centre-backs to be scoring volleys from 6 yards out?
Give it a go.
Nice. Did you have a favourite goal from this afternoon from your touchline point?
Probably the first one. Yeah, probably the first one. I'm struggling to remember the 5 goals, the dizzy heights of scoring 5 goals. But from what I remember, the first one was quite, our plan in terms of blocking off their 2 deep players, trying to play on the turnovers, and then being really good and having an idea with the ball in terms of quick combinations. I thought we'd done that really well, and then it was defined by a really good decision right at the end, which we bang on to our forwards about making those right decisions. Good detail on the pass to Billy Oram and a great finish. So I'm probably going to go the first goal, to be fair.
Yeah, fair enough.
Obviously, Gunner's goal was flamboyant. I can't take any pleasure about that or any credit for that. I need to see that one back. But it looked good. It was party time when that went in respect of, I think, those goals don't happen at 1-0, do they?
No, without a doubt.
It seems to be when you're confident and you've scored a few already and you take the shackles off a little bit, and they were buzzing with that goal. So I think their answer would be that goal, but I'm going to go the first one.
And my favourite assist personally today was Lorenzo's header for Corey's goal. Just a deft little flick like that, and it was part of the game plan in terms of getting the speedy boys in behind, wasn't it? I think.
Well, it's normally the other way around, isn't it? Yeah. Predominantly, you'd ask Corey to flick it on for Lorenzo, and Lorenzo hasn't scored today, hasn't scored in the last few games, and probably a little bit disappointed by that because he had enough chances. But he then turned provider today, and I was thinking, if you're not scoring, you've got to chip in elsewhere. And his work rate off the ball today was really good, and like you said, him and Corey are hopefully building that relationship where they're starting to add to each other's game. So yeah, that was a good goal.
And just a word about the visitors today, Sevenoaks. I mean, people would look at the scoreline and think that we absolutely bossed it. But to be fair to them, their heads never dropped and they put us under pressure for the whole 90 minutes, didn't they? And that's probably a good thing, right, to keep us on our toes?
Yeah, I mean, Sevenoaks are a good side. Like they are a really, really good side. I like the way they play. They're good on the ball. A slightly bobbly grass pitch might not necessarily suit them all the time. I would love the luxury of the 3G as well, but I think their identity's there. It's clear. Their gaffer, who wasn't here today, is a top bloke, a really good guy, and you can tell they're well coached. So yeah, Sevenoaks are a team full of players who have played at a good level and players who are here for a reason. They're good enough players to be. So today was our day, but that doesn't discredit anything from Sevenoaks.
Let's just have a quick word about the schools day today. Obviously, we invited lots of people from the 5 schools in the area. How do you feel it went? And as you say, nearly 700 today. It's testament to how popular it was.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't spoken to the bar and the people around to see how busy it was. It was really hard for us to tell because we're looking at it in the main stand, but not everyone sat in the main stand. I mean, the goal second half seemed to have loads of people there. So, I mean, 691, I think, was the official total, which is brilliant. We said anything from 600 to 700, a 10% of what we aimed for in terms of tickets would have been really, really good. And I think the most important thing is people would have come here, enjoyed it. I know through my soccer school, a lot of the children who have been before came back today. So if we start getting more of those through the door for the end of this year, we've got one game left, and next year, then suddenly everything starts to lift and the atmosphere gets better and better, which I think if you compare it from, I can't say the Beckenham game because the Beckenham game atmosphere was brilliant, wasn't it, my first game, but certainly the early parts of the season to now, I mean, it's completely different. And thank you to all the guys at the club who really pushed. It's been a tough week this week. A lot of work's gone into it. Joe Weeks, Steve Weeks, Sarah, Jamie, Danny Waterman. I really can't miss anyone because I'll get in trouble, but sometime on the top of your head, who am I missing? I'm sure there is a few. Absolutely brilliant. Like, I've driven it non-stop. We've had meetings here. We've tried to cover all bases, and without those guys, the boards, the chairman's permission for us to push it, we certainly wouldn't have achieved that. So yeah, 691. Was that bigger than any attendance last year?
Potentially the relegation playoff might have been slightly more, but I mean that was a massive game.
More than 6.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah.
So either way, I think that's one of our biggest attendances within the last however long, and we're happy with that. So can we keep pushing that, and hopefully we can grow on it.
That's great. One of the activities you had the kids doing today, and some adults as well, was collecting autographs. Did you manage to get everyone that asked you for yours?
Yeah, I gave up. I started scribbling towards the end because my wrist was aching. But we actually took the idea from Sheppey. We thought it was a great idea when we went away to Sheppey and they done it. And we thought it would be really, really good if we could try and add to that. And we, Joe again does what Joe does, jazzed it up a little bit and made it look brilliant. And it seemed to go down a hit. I think, the players wouldn't have known. The supporters, the children wouldn't have known a lot of those players prior to the day, but they will now, and I think that's the importance of getting the children to almost meet the players, build those rapport, build those connections, and that's what will make them come back. Billy Oram's a great example of that. I know a lot of the young supporters love Billy, and that's why Billy loves being here as well. It works both ways. So yeah, I think they went down a real trip. I think we got rid of them all as well, 200. So that means there was more than 200 children at the almost 700, and ultimately, they're the ones we want coming week in, week out. Yeah,
good stuff. Well, thanks for joining us. And if anyone sees Harry Murphy around, Harry, I need to have a word with you about my sheet, all right?
He won't be around, don't worry.
Cheers,
Jack. Thank you.